Just a few minutes watching, reading or listening to business news can significantly improve your grades. Here we explain how, why and where to find the most interesting business stories that will propel you to success in Cambridge business exams. Cambridge International Examination Business Qualifications have the following aims. Sounds complicated, but to put it more concisely, it's about looking at how businesses work successfully and being able to explain why. Furthermore, particularly in A-level business, but also in IGCSE business studies, it's about problem solving in different fictional case studies. In other words, putting yourself in the shoes of the business owner or manager in the case study and choosing the best way forward for the business. Learning the key content on the syllabus is essential for understanding the mechanics of the business. But to understand how these concepts and processes work in reality, we need to look at real-world scenarios. Luckily for us, as business students, they're all around us. We just need to focus our attention in the right place. It could be as easy as clicking on the business section of a news website you regularly use, turning to the business section of the newspaper, or flicking to a business channel, if you're watching TV. I'll put a link to all of the recommendations listed today in the description, so you can go straight to the Cambridge Business Essentials website to find out more. We have loads more videos to come in 2020, so make sure you subscribe to stay up to date and to improve your results. National newspapers, like this one, can give you a fantastic insight that you might not find elsewhere, and let you know what's going on with the business in your country. Remember, Cambridge prides itself on providing a truly international qualification. So business news from your country should be just as relevant as business news from any other country. It's hugely beneficial to read the business news in any language, but to really supercharge your learning, I'd recommend reading in the English language. As most students in international exams speak English as a second language, it's an additional opportunity to improve your fluency, become more familiar with business vocabulary, and become more effective in expressing your ideas in English, which is really invaluable in improving your examination results. To make sure you're aware of global trends, it can be particularly useful to focus on international business stories. The Financial Times and Wall Street Journal are the go-to newspapers for CEOs and high-powered business people, and have increasingly international focus. The Economist, don't be fooled by the name because it covers business, finance and global politics too, has an excellent business section and is well worth following on Instagram. As are Bloomberg and Business Week, two excellent sources of information that are mainly from a US perspective. You can also follow my Instagram at Cambridge Business Essentials, where I link some of the most interesting business stories to what we're learning day by day in A-level and IGCSE business. Just a word of warning with Instagram though. There's lots of get-rich-quick Instagrammers out there, and they're all trying to sell you a surefire way to make you a millionaire. The quotes may be inspirational and the posts entertaining, but they lack any of the rigor, analysis or insight that it takes to succeed in business, or indeed to do well in business exams. The most convenient way for me to stay up to date with business news is to listen to podcasts. The great thing about podcasts is you can be learning while you're doing other stuff. So you could be traveling to school, you could be doing exercise, cleaning your room. As long as you can multitask a little and focus on what you're listening to while you're doing something else, this can really improve your productivity and it can make boring tasks a lot more interesting. I regularly listen to the Business News podcast on the BBC Today programme for about 5 minutes a day just to keep me up to date. But for a more in-depth analysis, there is a BBC World Service podcast, Business Daily, and it's really worth a listen. How I Built This from NPR has unparalleled access to billionaire unicorn entrepreneurs. So you can hear the story of Dyson, Airbnb, Instagram and Tinder from the people who made their wildest business dreams come true. Okay, so it's not the most up-to-date business news, but watching movies based on successful businesses or the struggle of entrepreneurs to become successful can be hugely beneficial. I'd recommend writing down some notes as you go so you can remember what you learned, and it also really helps to have a discussion with a friend or maybe a family member to put the concepts that you've seen into context. The founder tells the story of McDonald's entrepreneur Ray Kroc. A social network follows Mark Zuckerberg from getting dumped from his girlfriend at Harvard to becoming a global leader in social media. Steve Jobs, unsurprisingly, tells the story of Steve Jobs and his tumultuous relationship with Apple. He was essentially booted out of the company he founded before returning to rescue Apple by introducing the iPod and later the iPhone. The Big Short, Enron and the corporation tell the story of what can go wrong when companies lose their moral compass and behave in an unethical manner. These are just some suggestions of where I get my business news or podcasts and how they've impacted me. But I want to hear from you. Where do you go to find out your business news? What movies or podcasts have inspired you in your studies and made you want to become an entrepreneur? Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe to get the latest videos on everything you need to know in Cambridge International Examinations. You can follow the latest business stories by following the Cambridge Business Essentials feed on Instagram. And to really boost your exam performance, don't forget to check out the Cambridge Business Essentials website, ciebusiness.co.uk. Thank you. See you next time.